am joined in the studio by a guest. His name is Adeleke. He is a personal development coach and he's a bundle of knowledge and a personality with many caps. He's a life strategist, he's an education consultant, and he's also a certified digital marketer who's funneled on content creation and storytelling. Thank you for joining me on Tea Coffee this morning.
Thank you so much.
It's nice to have you.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
All right, let's delve into this. What's personal development?
Okay. When we talk about personal development, first thing we have to look at the word personal there, and we have to look at the word development.
Okay.
So the word personal, that is, we're talking about self.
Yeah.
So we're talking about an individual, okay, being developed into something that he or she can be proud of. So getting to the point where you are breaking out of the limits of self-limitation or that you're putting on yourself. So getting better of yourself in order to do much more towards your goal.
Yeah, is there any, I mean, we hear people say personal growth and personal development. Are they the same thing or are they different?
Yes, they are relatable. So, but we have to look at it from an angle of developing.
Okay.
So when we talk about developing now is getting to a point, first of all, breaking forth from your own self-belief, limiting beliefs. Now, when you get to the point of growth, that simply means you have gotten to the point where you've mastered yourself. Then that gives you an opportunity to also help others in order for them to get themselves mastered, get them developed in the direction of what they are designed to do or to become. So it's synonymous, it's related, one have to come before the other, and it's actually also interwoven.
Okay, so basically it's just for us to all know how exactly or what exactly we need to change to improve on ourselves and improve on our life generally.
Definitely, that's the end of the point, because it has to be, it's transformational. It's a changing at the end. Everybody grew up to a certain level. We grew up to a kind of culture system. But at times, those culture are there that have been put into us without knowingly or unknowingly that they can stop us from getting something done. So if you actually need to move from that point to the next level, you need to develop and grow within yourself and break those belief systems then before you move ahead.
All right. So we asked people, generally when we're about to do the show, we're always asking people to weigh in on a subject matter or another. So this time around, we asked people very specific personal questions. And the question is this: what aspects of your life do you want to improve on and why? And a lot of people sent in quite some interesting takes. So I'd like for us to just go through it together.
No problem.
So maybe you could offer a tip here or there, direction here or there for all these viewers to see how they can fast track that improvement.
Okay.
All right. Now, Eniola from Ogun says, in my career, in order to have more money, spiritual for wholeness, the financial aspect for comfort and family.
Okay.
Now, when you ask people this question, usually, more often than not, the first thing they will mention is, oh, I want to improve in my career, or I want to grow in my career, or I want to grow financially. It's like, I don't have good statistics, but about 7 out of 10 times, that's what you first hear.
Okay.
Why do you think that is?
All right. Let me dive into what we call, there's something we call balanced wheel of life.
Okay.
So in the coaching system or in the coaching industry, it's one of the tools we use to help people to first of all understand where they are coming, where they are, and where they really want to be. So from that, you can be able to get the statistics you're talking about at the present stage of this person. So we find out that when it comes to fulfillment generally in life, everybody's working towards, okay, my career, my money, finance, and that is generally what people just, most time we believe that, okay, if I have more money, I'm going to have more happiness. That's what most people think. Most people, again, are thinking that, okay, if I'm good and I'm doing well in my career, money is going to come. So that is to every human, that is just the first push. That is, everyone wants to break through, and the terminology, when you can say, that person has broken through, it has like, he has more money, he's doing well in his career. But for me, I have to say that there are other things we're not looking at that we also need to look into. So in a balanced wheel of life, that is a place of your relationship, that's a place of your family, that's a place of your health, that's a place of finance, which is okay. So everyone at every point in time have something that is so pressing in their heart. So it now depends on which one is very much important for us to actually move on. So it's certain that anyone coming to that area, especially if someone that is in career, you just want to do well in its career, you want to pursue it, you want to do everything. Because the more you are very good at your career, definitely the finance or happiness that such person is seeking for might come.
Okay. I immediately Adedoyin have this to say. Let's speak Adedoyin. Adedoyin says, Omo, now my bank account I won't improve, or suffer don't tire me. And then Ayomide also harps on the financial aspect, saying I need to improve on my finances. It is because I need money and resources to execute a lot of my ideas. Then Ayo from Mundo says, the aspect of my life that I want to improve is the spiritual part. I want to become more consistent with prayers and study. I find that I am always restless and anxious without it. So for my peace of mind, I need to be consistent with spiritual activities. Another aspect I want to improve on is money management. I really need to learn how to manage my money. We're taking 3 comments back to back. Money seems to be like the principal thing. But then, Ayo mentioned something about wanting to be more consistent. Now, as a personal coach, personal development coach, what would you recommend is the best way to stay consistent on a course? Regardless of what it is, you want to improve your finances, you want to write a book, you want to learn a skill. What would you say is the best way to just maintain that level of consistency till you get to the point where you can say, oh, I have grown?
All right. I love the 3 comments are very powerful, and especially the last one was talking about consistency. You say that is a major, it's a key that's actually affecting a lot of people.
Okay.
And I said this several times. Come December and January 1st, you see everybody everywhere saying, oh, Happy New Year. This year I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that. You know, setting New Year resolutions. Fantastic. But it's not just about just setting it. Of course, you can start. And by the time you get into February, March, you find out that you're way out. And that's one of the things. So for consistency, I would say, number 1, be very clear of what you want. Be very clear. Many of us are not clear about what exactly we want. So while I'm trying to, I want to learn public speaking, I'll find out, Jide is doing something. Jide is not learning writing. Okay. Let me drop this. Let me also join to do writing. So you are not clear. That is the first thing. So when you are not clear of what you want to do, now you have to be able to get yourself, okay, how do I go about these things? So when you step on the project, most importantly, I want to say this, it's very important for us to have an accountability partner.
Okay.
And that is a key. And when it comes to accountability partner, it can be a coach, it can be a mentor, it can be someone you respected very well, somebody you believe that if that person is giving you information, you are going to honor that advice that person is giving to you. So it's very important for you to be accountable to someone. If you're not accountable to someone, you cannot be consistent, because even while you're worried, while you're tired, and that person okay, in an inner circle that I grew up where I train, I'm told them, okay, what do you want to achieve for February? Now the point is, okay, you shared what you want to achieve. I said it to you, I want to write a book, and by April, I want to get it launched. And I said, how am I going to start? The first thing is that, what is the book all about? Who are the audience for the book? Then the next thing is, now you are coming into an accountability, but now you are relating, okay, this is what I'm going to do in February, this is what I'm going to do in March, and this is what I'm going to do in April. Now for February, this is what you want to do. So your accountability partner is going to be so ready to wait for you at the end of every week. Like, okay, what have you done? You say you're going to do, you say you want to do this. Have you done this? Have you done this? And before you know it, because you expect that and you hold that at very high esteem, you're definitely going to be consistent. And that is because another thing why people don't really get, maybe the mental of the coach is because maybe sometimes it's going to be maybe financial implication. But I can tell you that if I should pay you, let me say I'm going to give you for the rest 6 months, I'm going to give you 10K, help me to hold it. And I say to you that every month, this is what I want to achieve. In the month I did not achieve what I set to achieve, remove 2,000 and spend it for yourself. Now what have told me that by 6 months it means that if I get it done, I'm going to get my 10,000 back. If I didn't get it done, it means that 10,000 is gone. So that is a check on its own. I'm going to do all I need to do, all hands on deck, whatever I need to get done. Even when I'm sleeping, I remember,
my money.
My money. I get to work.
So you're saying that in order to help improve on your consistency, apart from getting an accountability partner, you need to tie a motivation to it. Something you know that you cannot afford to lose. Just because you know, if I lose it, well, that's not good. Okay. I wanted us to talk about how, you know, talking about consistency is one thing.
Yes, ma'am.
But how do you even identify? You said something about being clear about the goals that you want to achieve.
Yes.
How do you even identify that, okay, you know what, this is the area where I'm lacking, these are the goals that I need to set, or these are the things that I need to change? There's some people who don't even see it. They feel like, I'm okay now, at least my salary is okay, I live in a good place, I eat on every day, what else is there to improve? So how do you, let's assume you're coaching someone who is watching right now. Okay. How does that person identify areas of their lives that needs development?
Okay. Now, firstly, it's going to be, when you talk about coaching, it's more or less of with true questions.
Okay.
Challenging questions that is going to go deep into you. And we have been trained in a kind of listening air. There are certain things that many times when you're asking people questions, there are certain things they are not saying that you are hearing. So that's going to help you as a professional. So when I look at someone now and I said, okay, 2022, the person is not even aware that there is more. But one key note that we need to put at the back of our mind, there is always more. There is always more. But if you do not see that there is more, there is no need for pressing forward.
But some people would argue with you that a simple life is actually better, because if you're not striving for more than you can handle, you're not striving for less than you are handling at the moment, you're not worried. So it's not like you're running after anything, you just have a simple life. Some people would argue like that.
Yes, it's possible, and that's fine. That's why we say it's personal. And in one of the areas of development about our life is a place where you call intellectual or your mental faculty. So there's no how you're going to, and in that concept, it's all about expanding your mind.
Okay.
That is a point where your mind is at work, your mind is at peace. So there is no way that at a level of time you're able to train your mind. There's something we call a growth mindset.
Yeah.
That is a fixed mindset. To everyone that is having a fixed mindset, you need to check it. Part of your knowledge or your language is going to be, how, just let me be. I don't want problem. I can't push. I don't have that strength. Fine. That is that person, because the level of the mind, the concept, it's okay. But can I say this? Such person at a time, there are questions you can throw to that person. That person, you keep thinking about it, keep thinking about it, and this is me. That is something about me. I have been created for a particular purpose. What is it I have to go for? I have to. So the person has not gotten to a point where there are challenges, questions. You can be fine, you can be happy, fine. But can I say this again? Your life is not about your life.
Let's throw one challenging question.
Okay.
For whoever is watching right now, who doesn't even think that they need to think about changing anything, what's one challenging question you would ask if someone comes to you and says, I really don't know what to change about my life, can you help me?
You really don't know what to change about your life. The question is, I go back to the balanced wheel of life again. Then we're going to put all that down and begin to ask the person questions on each of them. Your career, how you're doing so well, your relationship, your family, your spiritual life, and everything. Now, along the line, you will get to a point where somebody is going to be like 30%, because it's like a circle, and each of the lengths is about 100. So depending on the range. Now, at that point, you now ask that person like, now for a particular area, you are doing 70, you are doing 80, you are doing 65. But this area, you are doing 25. You're doing 10. I want to do I want to do well in my career, but your family is suffering because you want to do well in your career. Fine. It's not balance. At the time that you can get everything you want in your career, then you're going to lose your family.
What makes it balanced? You know, if we're looking at, okay, should you give 100% to family, 100% to career, 100% to maybe learning a skill, what else? 100% to finances, 100% to spirituality. Is it until you have 100% in everything, or is it that you should aim to be at least average in everything, say 50% across the board?
Okay, thank you. I love that, and I love that question, the way you put it. And at what point do we say it's balanced?
It's balanced, yes.
Now, the possibility of having 100 as a balance is very slim. So, but what we need to look at is there's a point called average, and there's a point called above average.
Okay.
So, what we are saying when we talk about balance is, let's say, financially, you are doing 85%.
Okay.
You don't have issue. Money is working for you. You have financial intelligence, you have financial management, and every other thing. Career-wise, definitely you're doing well, or if it is your business, you are doing good. On your health, you're also doing good. Now, let's come to your family or fun and recreation. So, and that place, because you are doing so well in all other areas, about 6 areas,
Yes.
now you don't have time for yourself to have fun.
Okay.
When people meet with you to say, hey, this weekend we want to go and do something, say, please, please, you know too well that I have a business I need to attend, that I have a this, and fine. It's going to continue like that. So that is what we're talking about, that is not balanced. So if while you're doing everything you're doing, there's also time to have fun, there's also time to relax, there's also time to have picnic. You can go on holidays without stress. So at least all must be above average.
Okay. All right. Let's take a few more comments. Now, Kolawole from Abuja says this.
Okay.
I mean, still on the question of what aspects of your life would you want to improve and why?
Okay.
Now, Kolawole says, there are 3 aspects of my life that needs improvement. They're my career, my finance, and expertise. Why? I want a life of impact. My aim is to become a global citizen and gain financial freedom. So far, I've been involved in a lot of trainings. They have been free, but I intend to advance to paid classes so I can gain a lot more on how to achieve these growths. There are baby steps, but with time, I believe I'll get there.
Okay.
Ola from Ibadan says, there isn't one aspect in particular. It's everything in general that needs improvement. But I feel like my social life has been relaxed lately, so that's definitely on the list. And it's because of Nigeria. Everything is just getting really expensive. I mean, just more balling like this, the budget for a whole month has gone. Now, we just talked about balancing out work, life, career, family, fun, recreational activities, spirituality. We just talked about balancing all of learning, education, picking up skills and all of that.
Okay.
We just talked about balancing it, knowing how to allot your time, you know, in such a way that at least each one gets points that are above average.
That's right.
But people would tell you that there are other external factors that come to play, you know, in all of these things and deciding all of these things. Like Ola in Ibadan, who is saying that the economic situation does not give him ample opportunity to be the best that he can be. How would you recommend that people transcend that level of looking beyond what the external force is?
All right. Let me come from the angle that anytime you set a goal to achieve something, there are 2 forces.
Okay.
That is a you force,
Okay.
and that is the environmental forces.
All right.
One of the forces outside is one of the things he said, economic, maybe financial capital, in order to live a life of impact.
Yes.
My whole life has been about just helping people get better, helping people get what they need. And the bottom line of becoming better, bottom line of becoming a person of impact is identifying what you are called for.
Okay.
You are not called for everything. So when like what Allah is saying, at that point, we need to, first of all, identify what is Allah's strength.
Okay.
What are his strengths? So in realizing your strength, it simply means he knows his purpose in life.
Okay.
He knows what he's called for. He knows what his gifts are. Now, when you discover what your purpose is, there is a thin line between where you are and where you want to be. And between where you are and where you want to be, there's a lot of things that is happening there. But you need to be conscious of that thin line, because there are other things that you need to pick up. Say, for instance, when you identify that gift, you notify that this is the area I want to impact the world. Let me come back. Everyone here, working here, is serving a particular purpose. Everyone here has a function they are doing. Now, let me say for you, before getting here, you have an internal image of one day I'm going to be a presenter. One day I'm going to do it. One day you want to be on CNN. So between you now, from here and getting to CNN, you can see the possibility, because you are here. You can see the possibility that even this our impact is going wide, is going viral, it's going to the top of the world. But if it's going to get to that place, the question is, what are the things I need to do? Now, for somebody like Ola, you need to identify that. Like, that is the first thing. Identify your call, identify your purpose. There are trainings like that can help you in self-discovery. There are trainings that can help you to discover your person. And when you do, then the place of skills begin to come in. To nurture, that's your gift. And one of the things you can nurture to get, let me quickly say this, until your gift gets to the point of expertise, nobody's going to pay for it.
Okay.
So, and for your gift to get to the point of expertise, it means that you need to serve your gift.
Okay.
You need to serve it. So if there's something you know how to do, now at first you don't need to ask people for money. You just need to release yourself, help somebody to work for someone, serve someone. A time is coming when an opportunity is going to show up for you. There was I think I was listening to an interview maybe from Lex Brown or somebody, and he was saying that he was working in the studio, he was doing all that, and at the time, the person that's supposed to do the presenter is not around. And I'm like, okay, and the time for them to come on air is getting close. And he just let, and the producer just came and said, hey, I'm going to do it, let's just go there. And he went there. That is just one opportunity, because he has been serving that gift, even in that environment, but nobody
knew. Okay. So
we might not see you. Nobody see you. But a day of opportunity will come. When you are not prepared, that is when it's going to be more painful. So serve it. Keep serving. Volunteer. That is one of my key. I volunteer a lot. I just want to hear, you want to get something done? Okay, how do we come in? How do we get in? Even when you say that I'm tired, you can't be tired. This one, you must achieve it. Because I know that in volunteering, you are helping, okay, your skills, you are using it. So the time is coming, somebody's going to look at, hey, there's somebody that in your team when you did that. That guy, help me. So, that's Ola. Ola, please. It's very important. How can I get to Ola? If Ola does not show up to serve that gift for someone else, that person that says will not come up.
All right, we have more comments. Okay. I really enjoy your passion, because I mean you're very passionate about this.
Thank you.
It's obvious to see. But let's talk to more people.
Okay.
John, Dapo, Mabel, and Chizoba have things to say about this subject of that area of their lives that they would want to improve.
Oh, beautiful.
John from Lagos says, it's my personal life. For a long time, I have not really concentrated on it. I just focus on work. And now I feel like if I don't take charge of my life, I might miss out. That work-life balance thing we were talking about.
That's right.
All right, Dapo says, I would say time management, due to the fact that time is the single most important thing that we have. It is shared evenly to all living people, which is why it is essential to be able to manage it well. It's just 24 hours, and you realize that it is gone with nothing productive to show for it.
That's right.
Now, in talking about being productive within 24 hours, you hear people say, how can a day not be 48 hours? 24 hours is too small. And some people will say, what am I doing 24 hours? I'll just do it in 5 hours and I'm done. Now, different people, different goals, different, what's it called, desires.
Yes.
Now, but the question is this, how do you propose that we maximize our uniform 24-hour time? to the point where we can say, at least I did something out of these 24 hours?
Oh my God. I'm smiling because it has been a challenge, even in my inner circle, the people that mentor and train. And that question always come all the time. But I've been there, and I'm still there. I'm getting better. But we need to understand that even if it is 48 hours, you won't meet up if you are not intentional. Even if it is 50 hours, you are still not going to be meeting up.
So the key is to be intentional.
Yeah, number one is just to be, first of all, be intentional. And when it comes to intentionality, this is going to be so funny,
Okay.
but I just want you to follow me. Let's take a year. That is 12 months.
Yes.
When we break 12 months into months, we have a year into months, we have 12 months.
12 months, yes.
So when we pick a month, we have, let's say, 4 weeks precisely.
Yes.
When we pick a week, we have 7 days. So when we pick a day, we have 24 hours. Then break it down. I have done a lot about journaling.
Okay.
And that was the reason why I have to compress that. For anything you want to achieve within a year, if you do not have what you're going to achieve in a month, step by step, to achieve that 1 year,
At the end of the year.
you are joking. You are joking. Then you'll not be able to come with intentionality again and say, okay, this is 1 month. In this month, I'm on the toes of my inner circle. Like, you are getting out of January. What are you achieving for February? Because I am your accountability partner. And whatever you say you want to achieve, I'm on you. Now, that is one of the reasons why I'm your accountability partner. So I'm going to check on you. Are you getting this done? Are you getting this done? So it's not going to be that at the end of that 1 month, like, what have I even done? Where's the time? I don't even know where the time flew away. So you have to be intentional to break down what you want to achieve for that 1 year or that 6 months into a month. Then you break it in a month into weeks. Then you now be able to work one after the other to get there, one after the other to move there. So when we now come to journaling, let me quickly put this. Now when you say, okay, this is what I achieved for this week, you now be able to have, okay, in my phone, I have a diary. If I'm going, you're like, my phone is going to tell me by 9 p.m. in the night, do you have anything to share about your day today?
That's your digital journal.
My digital. So it's telling me already, even if I forget, I'm going to put it, okay, I said I want to achieve this today. Okay, this is done. It's done. It's done. I could not. Okay, this is up to half. Okay. I'm telling you because I'm intentional about it. So there's a time that I need to get something done. So most of the time, what eats into our time is that when you cannot be precise about your time, when you cannot be precise about your own life yourself, you cannot manage your life. You can't manage the time. And any other person coming from external, in order to come into you, we eat into that time that is supposed to be for you, that you're not managing. And the time you cannot manage, people are there to manage it with you. The environment is there to manage with you. Social media is there to manage it for you. So you have to be intentional at first. Like, and begin to, I want to journal my week. I want to journal my month. I want to know what have I achieved? Where have I been? How am I going? And if we are going to be intentional about it, most importantly, let me come back to that as I put a stop to this so that you can continue from there. As I said, even while you are journaling, even while you are breaking your goal into smaller goals in order to achieve it, it is very important and paramount that you still have someone that is watching over it.
Accountability part.
That we come back there.
All right, I have 2 more comments to go.
Okay.
Mida from the UK says, I want to improve on my rest life. Make I know they carry life for chest abeg. After I die, life go continue.
Yeah.
So rest, I want to start practicing a resting life. And then Chizobas from UK as well says, choices, because the choices we make in life, as little as it is, has a butterfly effect on our future. Wouldn't it be nice to actually know how to make such? Like, you know, I don't even think there's anything else that you want to say to either Mabel or Chizoba that has not been said on the show already.
That's it.
Rest is as important as work. And we realize that a lot of people do not prioritize rest. People want to just work. So just as we go, because we need to tie this up and wrap it up. Just as we go, I'd like for you to suggest ways that we can. See, we're all guilty of these things. Don't let us.
I'm going to.
Can you suggest or recommend ways we can intentionally inculcate rest into that 24-hour period that we are looking to achieve all the goals that we have for the year?
Yo, beautiful. And I love the fact that you said we are all guilty.
We're all guilty.
And let's say by December, coming into January, well, I'm having my personal retreat on what 2022 is going to be. So my fiance were discussing, and like, okay, how's going to be? What's your year? And she was like, and so at the point we need to look at ourselves. Okay, hey, these are the things you're going to. I really need you to work on for 2022. So when I got my turn, and just said, and I said, please, you need to rest. You need to sleep well. And I look at her, I said, okay. Sleep well, rest. Do you know what I need to get done? I'm working on this, I'm working on this, I need to get this, I need to get this, I need to get. And she said something, said, after all that you have said, and somebody get dropped and die, all those things that want to be achieved, what will happen to them? I said, no, don't go there. He said, so let's take it important. Your life is important for me. Then, in my subconscious, I got to a point to understand the angle she's coming from. That yes, truly, I think I just want to get this done. I just want to get this done. But the rest in its issue. And I was taking time to read some books, and I read where I saw most of the people that are doing so well in their career, in the field, ministry. I find out that it's very important. I know of a particular man of God that he said, when it is between maybe 12 and 1, and sometimes maybe between 1 and 2, I don't know who the person is. I don't know whoever that is coming to come and check on him. The secretary will not open the door. So you make it so intentional that that period is a time to sleep. Even if you are not sleeping, just relax. So, and I think that's another one why for me, when I'm trying to I'm not saying possible at that time, but there was a situation that happened around me, and I saw there was someone I was working with in a particular studio, and it's when they get to a particular time, this guy will just disappear. So where's Mr. Zacchaeus? Where's he? And they say, it's in the school vehicle. What is he always doing there? So I opened and I saw the guy was sleeping. 1 to 2. I said, okay. The following day again, the same thing. And I asked him what happened. He just looked at me and said, if you not include rest into this thing, there are people that are ready to use you.
True.
And they will use you until life is drained out of you. So it came to my consciousness that, yes, it's important. So in my personal plan for the year, I put it, that's a particular time. I don't know for you, but for me, it's a time that I sleep very late. Sometimes sleeping late, and, it hits into. Now I want to sleep early. I want to sleep night time. But mine is within 4 to 6 hours, I get a very maximum, very sweet sleep.
Interesting.
So,
okay. Well, then you've heard, I thank you so much for having this conversation with us on Tea or Coffee today. It's the start of the year.
Yeah.
And genuinely, people are beginning to burn out because they feel like, oh, yeah, I have to. If all of these things takes careful planning and being intentional, as we have learned on the show today,